Hi there. Have you ever been completely happy in your relationship and then found yourself unexpectedly attracted to somebody else and immediately thought, oh God, what does that mean? Maybe you haven't even told your partner. You definitely haven't told your friends. And you're secretly wondering, if I really loved my partner, surely I wouldn't feel this way, right? If that's you, this walk's for you. Okay, as both a relationship therapist and a sexologist, let me take some pressure off of you. First and foremost, being in a committed relationship does not suddenly switch off your ability to notice other attractive human beings. You didn't go blind. You can love your partner, be happy in your relationship, and still occasionally experience attraction to somebody else. Attraction? That's human. The important part isn't necessarily the feeling, it's what you're actually doing with the feeling. Because there's a big difference between noticing someone is attractive and enjoying someone else's company. Having a fleeting little crush and deliberately feeding that attraction. That's where boundaries become really important. You start looking for reasons to see them. The messages become more personal. You hide conversations, you delete messages. You start sharing things with them that you're no longer sharing with your partner. You find yourself thinking, my partner probably wouldn't be comfortable if they saw this. That's when I want you to pay attention. If you've noticed somebody else and felt guilty about it, you don't need to immediately diagnose your relationship, and you definitely don't need to panic. A feeling isn't the same as a decision, but it can be very useful information. So what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself this: what am I actually enjoying about this? Maybe you feel noticed, interesting, funny, desired, exciting. Who knows? Maybe this person represents a novelty at a time when your own life feels routine and mundane. That doesn't automatically mean that you want them. It might tell you something about you or something you'd like to bring back into your own relationship. So rather than obsessing over the person, get curious about the feeling. Ask yourself, what does this attraction actually represent for me? And then, instead of investing more energy into the crush, ask yourself, how could I bring some of that energy back into my own life or my own relationship? Maybe you need more fun, more flirting, more attention, more adventure, more date nights, more conversation, more intimacy. Sometimes a crush isn't an exit sign, it's information. People who quietly admit attraction to somebody else typically immediately assume you'll judge them. My job is not to judge the feeling, okay? It's to help people understand what it means and what they choose to do with it next. Sometimes someone misses feeling playful or desired or interesting or seen. Once they understood that, the conversation becomes less about the crush and more about what disappeared from their own life or their own relationship. Okay, so let's see who's brave today. If this conversation made you think, thank goodness someone finally said that, comment human below, because we're human. No confessions required. If you'd like more honest, judgment-free conversations about relationships, sex, and intimacy, follow along. That's exactly what we're doing here. Remember, attraction can happen to anyone. Your boundaries determine what happens next. Thanks for walking with me, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's walk.